What up? What up? Welcome back to Sports Talk 49, live and always exclusively right here on NSPN Champa Bay TV. I'm your host, Blake Anthony. This is Sports Talk 49. I had to get on here. I just had to do it. I tried to tell everybody. I tried to tell you Lavonte was coming back home. Was there a worry? Yes. Yes, there was a tad bit worry. I told you they would talk Wednesday, and I'm sure Ron Butler and the great guys at Agency One Sports Athlete Management Group were going to get it done. And they got it done. Lavonte David's coming back to Tampa Bay. 1 year, $7 million. Back here for his last year as Devin White. With Devin White, as Lavonte said, he wanted to play out Devin's remaining contract in a previous interview him and I had. And wanted to play with Devin and help progress Devin to be a better linebacker because Devin still needs the help. He still relies on a lot of just his athletic ability. And playing the linebacker position, it's instinctive. You have to know your reads, and you have to pass coverage. You definitely have to pass coverage in this league, especially if you're going to ask for top tier dollar. You have to cover these tight ends. You have to know how to. So I think what Jude and a lot of these other guys said on interviews I've had, you got to hire people to help you coverage. Hire defensive back people, defensive back coaches to help you cover these tight ends and stuff like that because it's becoming a tight end passing league. Well, it is that now, and he's going to need that. But back on Lavonte, looking forward to him being back another year. Looking forward to having him on the show, him, Ron Butler, and the whole crew and everybody, and educating y'all on what the whole process was to everything, and we'll just go from there. But also, I can't go today. Also, with today, Baker Mayfield is also re-signed with the team, 1 year, 1 year deal. I think it's 4.5, but he can get an incentives. I'm gonna be honest. Baker's playing ability is something you want, but the person is what scares me. You're getting public intoxication charges in other states with other teams. It scares me. You can't put anybody in Florida. You can't put Jude and the guys on there. That's why I have them on here so you could see the perspective from players on what it's like to go to warm weather teams and things like that, because you can see how they're thinking when they go there. So when you put a guy like Baker Mayfield, who is a party guy, in Tampa, it's just party town. It scares me. It scares me about his maturity. It scares me if everything gets handed to him and all that. So he thinks the world is his. He has he has nothing to worry about. Hopefully Kyle Trask gives him a run for his money. And I hope the best for him here. But it scares me when guys like that come to Florida who have character issues when it comes to work ethic and things like that. That's the part that scares me. But his athletic ability and being able to throw the ball downfield, he can do that and extend plays. Moving on, they've restructured a lot of contracts. A lot of that we've been talking about pushing the cap, restructuring. That's why we have these arguments about it's restructured, it's not cleared. So a lot of people get this misconception that the money's just gone. The money's not gone. And I looked at spot rack for the salary caps. They get about as close as you can. But here's an example. So the money you saved on Carlton Davis, Vita Vea, Chris Godwin, and Jensen, and also Russell Gage. Gage was only $2 million more difference in the next year. So here's this is what I'm talking about. So your contract from 2023 for you to be able to sign these guys when you restructured 2023 he's due $7.4 million to 2024 where he's $20.5. See the jump? Vita Vea, which is save money, which he'll be due $6.5 million. It jumps to a $21 million. So from 23, it went from 6.5 to 2024, it'd be $21 million. Chris Godwin, this was an alarming one. It went from $8 million cap hit. It will go to a $27 million cap hit in 2024 season. Ryan Jensen, salary cap goes from $5 million to $16 million in 2024. So you see the disparaging between the two from 1 year to a next year when you're moving the salary. That's what they should call it. It's not you can call it restructure. All it is moving from 1 year to the next so you can meet under the salary cap requirements. Any questions, just go to Spot Rack and you can see that on there, or you can message me. I'll try to help you the best I can. But that is the information I gathered from doing homework. Tampa Bay brings back Stinney. They bring back Nick Leverett. They pretty much bringing back the core backups to the offensive line. I guess they're going to give these guys a fighting chance to start on this team. Not sure if they're going to actually put Gedecki at right tackle. I don't think he has the feet for it. He could prove me wrong. We'll see. And move Tristan to left. It's tough. You already have a Pro Bowl right tackle. Why do you want to mess with something that's already working? And if you send him to left, it's going to require to make more money, which is why Orlando Brown wanted to move there from right to left from the Ravens. That's why he wanted to leave. And he was traded to the Chiefs. There's something else, another point I wanted to make. I'm not sure what else they're going to go for in the free agency. I don't know what you can. I know they wanted to retain a core part of their team. I think the trenches and defense is going to be a huge emphasis that they want to focus on, along with some secondary holes they're going to need to fill. Mike Edwards in free agency, Sean Murphy-Bunting. Probably letting those guys fill their own market before they decide to offer them contracts or something, to see if it's worth drafting a rookie or picking up a guy you already had on the team. So I think they're playing that out right now. Sean Murphy-Bunting was a cornerstone part in the Super Bowl run in the 2020 season, COVID year. Mike Edwards made a lot of great plays his entire career in this league, a couple pick sixes in Atlanta game, and many more. Antoine Winfield seems to be the captain of the team in the secondary, holding the back end down as well as down in the box. You're probably going to have to find another nickel corner. I'm not sure if they're going to still run that 3 safety look, so probably a safety is going to probably come into play at some point in this draft. It's just a matter of when. So there's a lot of questions about what they're going to do exactly coming up in the draft. Oh, the Bucs traded Shaq Mason, something I advocated for. I said there's no point in keeping Shaq Mason for the $8-9 million. Essentially, what I was saying that they paid Cincinnati paid Kappa. There's no point of it. You got all these young guys. You might as well play them and see what you got. You're going to play a quarterback, a veteran, or a rookie back there. Well, second-year quarterback. Or third-year quarterback, actually. There you're going to play him and see how it goes with all that. I think it's the good move. You got to see what you got eventually, see what guys where you can move on. Robert Hainsey took great strides last year after playing a position he had not played. So you're looking forward to it. You probably add another receiver, another linebacker. You're going to have to make some adjustments. So you don't have to get it all in 1 year. But eventually, you're just going to have to keep adding these pieces, and it's just keep adding key parts, picking up undrafted free agents, building the core part of this team. Like I said, Jude said beautifully on there, you build your team through the draft, you add pieces in free agency. That is the formula. That's literally it. That's literally the formula. These guys, some Tampa Bay fans, all they want is free agent pickups every year. That's how you go broke. That's how come you can't afford guys that should be on the team, because you're overpaying for free agency. And people don't want to come here when they see the way you run a business here. It's unattractive to people. You wouldn't go to a business where the turnover rate was crazy. They don't have their best interests when you come there. So that's part when you're doing this media thing, you got to look at things from a different perspective versus just a fan. If that's all you want to look at it, fine, you can look at it as a fan. But when I tell you something that is a stone cold fact, it's a stone cold fact. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't make a damn difference. It's a fact. But that's it. I just want to get in those top things. Lavonte Davis back. I'm going to try my best to get him on here and talk about the contract edition and bring up stuff we just recently talked about. But that's all I got for you today. And that's my daily service announcement. Make sure to follow me on all social media platforms, Blake Anthony 49. Ask questions, man. But if I know something, I'll be sure to, if I'm allowed to share it, I will share it with you. I will drop Easter eggs here and there. So sometimes my stuff is cryptic. You got to read through it. And we'll end this as we always do. You're the master of everything. What you do with your life, what you do with it is entirely up to you. Thank you guys. God bless. And as always, fire those cannons. Boom, boom.